are you wearing?
A Canadian tuxedo. And I'm a hockey player. Let's go Blues.
Let's go Blues.
Let's go Blues.
You know, there are all kinds of interesting people that live right around your neighborhood, like, the postman and the policeman.
Hey, did you order these groceries here?
Oh, hi there. Yes, as a matter of fact, I did.
Yeah, these are your groceries.
Have you got everything I ordered?
No.
How about the parsley?
No, we didn't have the parsley.
Oh, you didn't have the parsley.
No, we brought some other stuff instead, though.
What'd you bring instead?
Well, let's see. I brought some Brussels sprouts.
Brussels sprouts.
Yes, and I got some turnip greens.
Turnip greens.
I got some kale.
Kale?
Yes, we were having a big sale on kale.
Oh, big kale sale.
You've heard about it.
I've heard about it.
Yes, indeed. Well, I brought you a lot of that.
Hey, listen, I was just talking about some of the people that lived around our neighborhood. And
you were?
Yeah,
What'd you
as
say?
long as you look sort of like, well, you know, a grocer, one of those people around the neighborhood, why don't we do that song about the people in your neighborhood?
Well, I'd rather not, actually.
Oh, come on. It's a nice song.
Well, okay, but you start off.
All right, I'll start off. Well, now, who are the people in your neighborhood? In your neighborhood. In your neighborhood. Say, who are the people in your neighborhood? The people that you meet each day. As long as you look like the grocer, why don't you tell us what a grocer does?
Okay.
All right?
Oh, a grocer sells the things you eat, like cereal and cheese and meat. Whatever food you're looking for.
Presented by Scott Credit Union. Your St. Louis
Blue Note Fan Report. Aloha and mahalo. Who are the people that you meet in your neighborhood? Our childhood, lost one of the greats yesterday, as Bob from Sesame Street, at the age of 90, passes on. I wanted to pay a little tribute to him, and we bring in our New York guy, since Bob was kind of a New York guy, but he was born and raised on a farm in Illinois. Bet you didn't know that. This is Shagalicious, our East Coast reporter, our New York guy, to talk about the Islanders and the Rangers, and if he mentions the Rangers, I'm going to punch him in the nose.
Bring it on, boy.
How you doing, Shaggy?
The only guy I'm scared of punching me in the nose is Binnington.
Well, he might swing a stick at you. He hasn't connected yet.
By the way, I'll just tell you something. I've never seen a goalie with that much fire in his heart.
There's one I can say that had the same amount of fire in his heart.
Who?
There's one. I can think of one. The one that he reminds me the most of. I'm surprised you haven't gotten it, being East Coast guy.
Why am I blanking?
He's currently a GM.
Who?
Ron Hextall.
Oh gosh, no. No. That's not the guy. Yeah. No, I actually might be scared of Binnington because he's from St. Louis. I mean, out of being from a random place like that, I mean, yeah. Not sure what happened to Guy. Guy, you're frozen. Man.
You missed it. There you go. I said I'm buffering, and buffering is suffering. Are you back, Shags?
I'm back the whole time. I didn't have any buffering problems.
No, I buffered. My internet is kind of weak here. 5-2 Islanders. I could absolutely see that. And you know what? Okay, Bob, you said it. I'm going to hold you to that. Fire Berube. It's his fault.
Okay. Shaggy, maybe Scooby will pop on. You know what? I don't mind.
Come on. I know your name's pronounced differently. Yeah, I know your name's pronounced differently, but to me, Shaggy just works, you know?
Shaggy works.
I don't think you're mad that I say that, are you?
No.
Okay.
It's really the way that it could be. I don't care. I've been called the worst things before. Some 4-letter words, a couple of other things.
I spent 20 years in the Navy. I guarantee you, on your worst day, the worst day that you were called stuff, I would think that was my best day.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay.
I will. There was one chief that I knew. When this guy said something to you, when he was cursing you out or he was dropping you down, I mean, he said things. I mean, he made guys he made 35, 40-year-old guys cry. Right?
Wow.
This guy. So there's nothing most people can say to me, except maybe a woman. A woman can make me cry, but there's very things that guys can say that are ever going to do what this guy did. We are facing one of the better goalies in the league tonight as we put Thomas Greiss, who's getting a little redemption tonight as he's facing his old team, the Islanders, which he won the I forget the name of the trophy. For best GAA, he won it in association with Lanier. The Jennings Trophy. There we go. I knew it would pop into my head. What do you think of the goalie matchup we have tonight there, Shags?
So like this, I believe Sorokin right now is top 3 goalie in the league, and facing him is going to be a very hard task. But I've seen games where Sorokin gives it up. I mean, I'm coming from a Rangers side, so people are going to think I'm being biased. I've watched a lot of Islander games. My wife happens to be she used to be more of an Islander fan, but she since she married me, she's less of it. But her family's Islander fans, and I get to watch a lot of these games because she's watching them, and I'll pop in and I'll look at these games. And the thing I notice is there are games where he blows it, and the Blues were a team last year that were scoring goals to a great amount, and that has to show up tonight in the first period. And I guess we'll talk about those keys later. Thomas Greiss has had amazing games. I just don't think he has gotten the goal support towards his games and the defense for his games.
Yeah, he hasn't got the defense. He's facing. I think he's averaging 39 shots a game.
Correct. It's 39.
That's what he's facing.
And the key, you're facing an Islander team who's been recently starting to shoot a little more. And specifically, guys like Matthew Barzal has started shooting the puck more, a guy who loves to pass the puck. He's a guy with 66 shots, and that's a guy with a lot of shots for someone that loves to pass. He has 24 points, and 21 of them are assists. So we're talking about a guy who's been shooting it but has amazing passing ability, which gives you a very hard time for the defense. The thing that I know about the Islanders is even though they score some of the most goals per 60, they are not the leading goal scorers. They do not have the most goals in hockey. They're not someone that you have to worry specifically about their scoring, but you do have to watch about the fact that they are a physical team. So I believe that Greiss could actually do well against this team because they love the passing. They're not specifically shooting. I think they have a good chance if Greiss could hold his own against this team and give up, even if it's 2 or 3 goals. I believe that you need to score first and hold it that way because I don't believe the Islanders can necessarily make that comeback. And I believe that you could get the Sorokin on certain nights, and you have to make sure that happens right away. First period. You don't want to be coming back from down 1 or 2-0.
Yeah, you might have saw a comment I didn't see there, Ash. I didn't see that comment. I think my comments are frozen.
Okay. Well, he was saying this, and then this was the finish.
Watching both the comp and the phone. Appreciate it, Edie. I'm gonna do a quick refresh, Ash, because my comments are frozen, and that doesn't help me. So while I'm doing the refresh, Ashley, what are your thoughts tonight? What one thing do you want to see tonight above all else? And I'll do that. I'll say that as I'll refresh, and I'll be right back.
I really just want to see them play with heart, but I mean, our best scorer's out tonight. Krug's out tonight. I really just don't see this ending well for the Blues.
I actually think that the most important part over here that people have to realize, and that is you have Robert Thomas, you have you have O'Reilly, you have Buchnevich. These are all, and Buchnevich just played in New York, so the pressure of New York.
Booch is out. He's injured.
Booch is also out. So
Krug and Bush are out tonight.
So Booch and Krug, Booch and Krug. Okay, if Booch and Krug are both out, I mean, you still got O'Reilly and Thomas. I think actually underrated. I have Akari or Chari, however you want to spell his name. I have him scoring tonight, actually.
I mean, I can see him having a good game. He's been very impressive. He's hit a lot of posts lately, but he's been a fire that I was really surprised by. One of them has an upper body and one of them has a lower body, and that's all that the press was saying, Tammy.
Krug got hit in the hand with the puck yesterday. He came back, but he was squeamish, and I think Bush got hit in the hip.
Mm-hmm.
Bush got hit in the hip. So that's the kind of the things that I saw yesterday I was paying attention to. Sorry about that. I had to refresh my I got my stuff back. For me tonight, I think what it comes down to is going to be what team are we going to see? What's the message that's in that locker room right now? Are we seeing a team that is divided and broken and split in the locker room? Or are we seeing a coaching staff, and I'm sorry, I'm putting this on coaching staff right now. Are we seeing a coaching staff that's taking some accountability and really putting these guys in better places? I think Krug and Bush being out could be helpful because it does. I looked at the lines, and when you read these lines, I mean, something jumped out to me. Here are the lines. O'Reilly centering Levo and Shin. Second line, Thomas centering Tereshchenko and Kyrou. Third line, Barbashev with Bitten and Saad. Fourth line, Akari with Pitlick and Walker. Anything jump out at you?
I don't like any of those lines.
Yeah, those lines are really like meshed.
Wow. See, I see this different.
That's because you're so obsessed with Walker that you're just excited that Walker's in.
No, I think Tereshchenko and Kyrou on the same line is
No,
good.
they don't. They don't play well together. They haven't in history. That's why they don't do it often.
Right? I like Saad and Barbashev together. I think
that's all right, but I don't like
his
Bitten
second
there.
game.
I don't like Bitten there.
Right? I don't know. I think these lines for me,
they do nothing for me.
Chemistry.
This is going to be a landslide loss. We're probably going to lose like 8-0.
If we lose 8-0, I'll do the post-game show in my underwear.
I will not be tuning in for that.
I will. I mean, why not? I mean, if guys doing that,
I mean, have you seen his hula skirt dancing?
Yeah, I'm gonna skip that one. I'd rather.
He'll put it on for you.
You haven't seen that, have you? Have you, Shags?
You know what? I'll tell you this much: the Islanders will not win 8-0 tonight because I don't even believe they'll put up 4 goals.
I think Greiss gets a shutout, a 1-goal or a shutout.
The only way, again, listen to this. The only way they win tonight is if they score first.
If who scores, the Islanders?
That is, listen to this. Islanders are a team that if you're going to put up a lead on them and they have to be forced on offense and they don't focus on defense, they're a very good defensive team, okay? They traded their 13th pick dumbly for Alexander Romanov, who has been playing good defense, not necessarily helping what they needed, but he is helping them defensively. Dobson, they have actually, a pretty good set of pairs. I mean, on defense, you're going to have to sort of force them to focus on their offense. Make them a step behind you. Play faster. Don't let them be controlling the time. And the first period has to be. I'm telling you this from watching a bunch of Ranger games this year. Rangers try to play fast. They try to get the puck in. They're a very defensive team. You cannot. Yeah, and really, no, whatever Lou was saying, you have to get ahead. You can't be blowing leads. You can't be doing. You got to give yourself the chance. I'll say this. Blues win, it'll be 4-2. Blues lose, it'll be 5-1. I think that if they lose, the Islanders will score, the Blues' heart will go down, and they won't even, as much as they scored against the Rangers last night, the Rangers are a team that have been struggling holding leads. the Islanders could hold their lead.
Well, the last time we faced the Islanders, we lost 5-2. So I don't think my 8-0 is out there.
That was last season, though, right?
Nope.
No,
that was
November 3rd.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Maybe. Oh my goodness. Now I feel bad. Oh my goodness. I'm trying to find that video and I can't find it. I don't remember what I had it under. And I'll have to look for it later. I'll find it. Well, Shaggy will be back for post game, so maybe he'll get it in post game.
What do you need me to get?
I have a video to show you from one of my early shows back in 18. We'll have to wait for it. We'll show it then. 4-2, I called it first. No, I think the Blues, I think this is a 3-1 game.
Bob wants to know who you replacing Berube with.
You, Bob Morton. I'm hiring Bob Morton. How's that? See what he said? You know what? I don't believe that. I know everyone. I think that this team needs to come from behind a couple of games. Right?
This team has come
really
from behind.
do.
There have been some games that I thought we were so close, and then we pull the goalie with like 4 minutes left and let in 2 empty net goals.
Me and Shag talked about that. There is a misconception in hockey that you need to pull the goalie based on time remaining. And it's not. It's not time remaining. You shouldn't be pulling that goalie until you have your cycle, right? Because if you pull your goalie based on time and you don't have that cycle and they score the goal, it doesn't matter what the time remaining is. You're now you're 2 goals away, not 1. Or if you were 2 goals away, you're now 3. Right? Mm-hmm. It changes everything. So there's this misnomer. There's this caveman mentality in hockey. And I got to show that. Let me, Ash, you take the show. I want to find something that Shockey sent me. I think it was Shockey. It was either Shockey or Ryan Green. I can't remember if it was Shockey or Green. It might have been Ryan Green. Somebody sent me something about caveman hockey. And actually, I think it was Shockey.
Apparently, Guy, you shaved the wrong thing.
Say again?
Ryan Green says you shaved the wrong thing.
What do you mean I shaved the wrong thing? Oh,
That's
I think
just
I know
what he
he's
said.
talking about.
Alex Kennedy says we can beat any team. Our players seem to be out for themselves as opposed to making a team game. I don't know how much I agree with that, but there is something going on.
Tell Shockey to stay out of my shower.
Shockey, please stay out of Guy's shower.
Or Green, Ryan Green. Whoever said I shaved the wrong thing, stay out of my shower.
Oh, dear God. Okay. Remember our group message with Jason? Yeah, let's not talk about that.
Oh, we have so much fun here on the...
Last goalie to win was Greiss, so maybe he will repeat. I highly doubt that. And when I say the Blues are going to be, murdered tonight, it's not going to be Greiss's fault.
I agree with that. Here we go. Stand by and watch this for a second.
Not more than that, okay?
Caveman coaches absolutely suck. Now, what is a caveman coach? Caveman coach is somebody who lives in the past, who's still living in 1990, thinking that you can just run a team to the ground, like you can just play simple, no-nonsense hockey. These are the coaches who they try to say simple things. They try to say, just listen to me, I know everything. They just understand it because they're older. And then 3, they hate questions. They hate when you question anything. And if you have a caveman coach, they might be destroying your career. To understand that you have to learn how to deal with these things. Call me if you want to learn how to do that. Caveman coaches.
Tell me that's not Berube. I will argue with you all day long. That is absolutely 100% Berube.
Well, one second. If that's Berube, so then why was he successful to bring them to a cup?
Because his message was new and fresh. Based on, you got to remember, he came in after a coach that was all friendly, that wasn't addressing an issue in the locker room. He came in, he addressed it, he got them behind them. Okay, great. But that was 2 years ago, 3 years ago. That was in 2019. Where did we go in 20? In 2020, we got kicked out of the first round of the playoffs. We didn't win any of the round robin games. We went from the top team in the league, top team in the West, to the fourth team in the West to knocked out. Right. Like that in 6 games. Then we go to 21, and we barely make the playoffs with that same caveman coach who took us to the playoffs. And what happens? We get swept. Then we go to last season, and last season started to look better in the playoffs. Okay, he's figured it out. He's playing young guys. He's doing what he needs to do. Well, he got forced to do that because come this season, what did he do with the young guys? He fucked them over. He screwed them over. He's got them playing in so many different positions. He's got them playing confused. He's got this locker room fighting each other, and he's not doing anything about it. So, yeah, that's where I'm at with this being a caveman coach. Yes, and I just went on a rant. Who's gonna burn me now?
Do I need to?
If you want to.
Not really.
Am I wrong?
That's why I'm not burning you. I mean, you went on a rant, but I don't disagree with said rant. So rant on, sir. Rant on.
Right? I mean, it at some point, it becomes on the coach in a season. If it didn't matter, if it's not on the coach, I love this. It's not on the coach. It's on the players. It's not on the coach. Then why fire Yo in 2019 and win the cup with Berube? If it was just on the players and not on the coach, why fire Yo? Why not let Yo take the whole season? At some point, it is on the coach, and it has to be on the coach. For everyone who points to 19, they forget Yo got fired.
Okay, that was a little loud.
1 second. Here's where the problem is when it comes to just firing a coach. Okay, when it comes to firing a coach, you're saying that it's his number one. It's either his fault, or number two, you need to blame it on somebody, and he's the closest person to blame it on. But when you come to a team that, let's be honest, ever since they won their cup, they were supposed to. They didn't really, in a sense, lose the players that won them the cup. The players that won them the cup are still there.
Are what?
The players that won them the cup are technically still there.
8 of them are. Right.
And those are players that have faced the pressure, have faced adversity, have faced times that were rough. And the fact that you see them not playing well, I'm just saying, look, you look at a Ranger team last year, let's say, and they got so far, and this year they're not doing well. As upset as, let's say, I am, I know that they overachieved. A Blues team that made the cup, they didn't overachieve. They played well. They are good players. They could score. They could play defense. They have a goalie that's pretty damn good, okay? And the fact that he's going through a fluke, and the fact that the team seems to have a problem, is where I said last night, there is something going on in the locker room, and the only person that'll ever change that is the coach. And if the coach is not changing that, and that seems to be the common trend throughout a while in the season, I don't think Berube gets fired after this game, but he's going to be fired as the first coach to be fired. Okay? At the end of the day, you have to have that chemistry. Without that chemistry,
I need to address this.
You're done.
First of all, Plain Jane, welcome to the show. This is a new person. I've never seen this before. And she says, besides O'Reilly having an affair, I don't know if she's saying that he's having an affair or if that's something he could do. Pissing off his teammates and not focusing on what he is paid to do, sadly, that is the least of our problems. But if the captain can't lead, start unscrewing the wheels. It starts unscrewing the wheels on the bus. I'm not going to disagree here. Now, if O'Reilly's having an affair or something, I don't know anything about that, and I don't want to put something out like that.
She's not trying to say that. She's saying besides for if that was the thing that was going on, this is like the worst thing you could do. But I'm going to tell you, the captain for the Rangers is who?
Say it again?
Who's the captain for the Rangers?
I don't even know, to be honest.
Jacob Trouba. Who's the best player? Who would you say is the best player on the Ranger? Not him.
Oh, no, it's not him.
Right. So why is he have the captain spot?
Because the locker room understands what he does. The locker room follows
Correct.
him. The locker
He
room
adds a
believes
fire.
in him.
Couple games ago, he wasn't happy with something. He took off his helmet, threw it on the ice, started screaming at the bench. That's what has to happen tonight. You have to have, whether it's a player going out and fighting with a heart, someone gets hit hard and they just go after another player. Now, that's something that fires a team up. That's what you know when you're playing NHL on your Xbox.
The person that has to do that, Shaggy, and don't take this wrong, the person that has to do that isn't the person that will do it.
Correct. No, I agree with that, but that's where it's the job of the captain to either understand that his players are going through this right now, and let's say the coach is the problem. But if you see that the coach is the problem and it's not being dealt with, then you have to go ahead and get yourself be the leader. That's the job of the captain, is to get your team back on track. And look at last night. Last night was the game after Trouba went crazy.
Yeah.
They didn't necessarily play better, and the Blues might have messed it over, and the Rangers maybe shouldn't have won the game. But
we talked about the Rangers didn't win the game last night. The Blues lost it.
Right. But the fact is that the Rangers, in a sense, got themselves a little bit more on track and scoring goals after a game in which they could barely score goals, and they've been having that struggle. So
I really think that the person that should be wearing the C is the one that everybody wants gone. Well, not everybody, but a large portion of the fan base wants gone. But I think he's the person that should be wearing the C, and yes, I have a love affair with him.
With who?
Of course, it's Tarasenko.
Tarasenko. All right.
There you go.
I actually think O'Reilly goes before Tarasenko.
What?
I think so too. I really do.
O'Reilly goes before Tarasenko, and you know what my proof is for that?
No. That's what I'm saying. That
I have proof for that.
Go ahead.
I'm saying that.
I want to hear it.
1 second. Bleacher Report always puts out these random dumb little articles. I nothing against Bleacher Report completely, but a lot of the things they put out in their articles are complete garbage. We're talking about like trading Kakko and like another person for Kane, which is Kakko's a first round pick. You're not trading him for a 40-year-old guy. Some of these things that they say make no sense. And I saw an article come up today that said 5 trades of where O'Reilly could land. Now, why was that not Tarasenko? Why was that O'Reilly?
Because O'Reilly does not have a no trade clause, plain and simple.
More than that. It's more than that. It's because O'Reilly right now is on a team that is struggling, and he's also a player that has not played up to par. And when you have a player that is not playing up to par and he's the captain, his value is there because teams will say, O'Reilly, this guy was amazing last year. This guy's also a captain. That means he's good in the locker room. Okay, we'll overpay for him. And the Blues will say, sure, you give us, and they'll list off like 20 things that they like, and they could possibly get it and get a deal that might be a steal for them. Especially if they're keeping Tarasenko and the fact that they gave him a no-trade clause and they believe that he's a guy that maybe is a better captain in the future, bringing in someone else and making Tarasenko the captain could be just what they need.
Well,
I agree with that, Shaggy. I absolutely agree with that.
Both of them, our contracts are up after this season.
Yeah. They're both lame ducks right now.
But in a sense, Tarasenko's playing how he should be, and O'Reilly's not.
Actually, O'Reilly has been warming up a little bit. Like he scored yesterday. I think he scored the game before. O'Reilly is silently coming back.
Okay, but every player that's struggling scores against the Rangers. So that's no proof.
He scored the game before too.
No, okay. Yeah. I'm just saying, no. I'm saying last night's game doesn't give proof because literally the Rangers give up the goals to like every rookie who doesn't have a goal yet or any guy who hasn't scored in like 10 years.
No, O'Reilly, the team itself is struggling. And this is the thing that I keep saying. This is not a broken team. This is a bad team. This is a good team playing badly.
Jose, I'm okay if we get Perron back. They can take O'Reilly. Give me back my Perron.
As much as I don't like that, it almost makes sense.
What's O'Reilly's contract?
7.5, and it ends this year. And he's
going to be
no trade clause at all.
So he's a guy that I'll give you a bunch of teams that maybe will go after him. McKinnon's hurt. Do the Avalanche offer you a deal?
No.
If the Avalanche, I'll tell you what. You know what? There's only one player that I take for O'Reilly, and I don't think they'd ever do it. Cale Makar.
Oh,
Right,
fuck
they're
no.
not-
They won't do that.
No way.
You're dreaming.
Well, I'm
I'm
telling
just
you, when you look at the style of player,
What if you could get the number one prospect on the Oilers for him?
the what?
Number one prospect on the Oilers for him.
No.
He's a really good player.
No, because I don't think that the Oilers know how to draft.
Correct, but they have proven that he is a very good player. Just he's not ready yet.
I take him.
I don't want if I'm giving
I'd
up
take him, but
O'Reilly,
they would have to package it with somebody that's currently in NHL
second.
ready.
I think Guy's not getting me. Guy, I'm not talking about that's your full deal. I'm talking about when you talk about a main piece of a big deal that you can put together a bunch of players that which you like. I mean, there's a chance, by the way, that Oilers team stinks besides for their top two lines. An Oilers team has no goalie. An Oilers team's defense is only good outside of is not that great outside of their top two defensemen. So when you have a team that really has a lot of holes in their lines, a guy like O'Reilly's going to go to a team which has the space for a big player and may not re-sign him next year, but could use him as a rental in order to boost their playoff chances. And now that's
I agree with that. I agree with that. Now here's my thing. I know what Matt Lowe's saying. It's not. I look at O'Reilly, and it's not that I sit there and go, "Oh, he's playing bad" or this, that, and that. I look at what? No. Listen to me, or you guys go off on this. What did we give up to get O'Reilly? We gave up 5 pieces, 5 freaking pieces. We gave up Tage Thompson. We gave up. Oh God, it's gonna piss me off. A 1st-round pick, a 2nd-round pick. We gave up the Russian Saboka, and we gave up the Swedish guy, and I can't think of his name now. But the one that quit hockey because that Buffalo made him quit hockey. But we gave up 5 pieces. Bergelin, there we go. We gave up 5 pieces. I'm not giving up O'Reilly for a 3rd-round draft pick. I'm giving O'Reilly has a Selke.
Okay, again,
O'Reilly has
timeout. He admitted that it wasn't just that. That was just a piece of it.
Okay.
There would be more
pieces. This is why I throw Cale Makar out there. Out there.
You see, we got O'Reilly how many years ago? He's not worth 5 pieces anymore. He's getting older.
I think he's worth 4. I think he's worth a top-end player. I think he's worth a top-end player.
He's worth 3 pieces, and 2 of them would not be NHL ready.
Then I keep him.
Let me 1 second. Okay, I'm not a Bleacher Report guy again, and this is the same article I mentioned before, and I did not read it. Okay, but I did see that was the highlight of it. I mentioned 2 teams. All right, so I obviously could write for Bleacher Report because I mentioned 2 of the 5 teams they say he should go to. The 5 teams that they say he should go to, and if you look at what they have, it's going to be a little hard to make a trade because they said the Avalanche, and like we mentioned, O'Reilly is a player that has a really high upside because of how good he can be, and him going back to the Avalanche where he was originally before he was traded to Buffalo is a possible idea. But what you might get back.
What did they say the Avalanche would have to give up for him?
They did not say what he has to give him for, but it says that trading Tarasenko is one thing they could do, and trading O'Reilly is something else they could do. And they both have their whatever they want. They both have contracts, but they seem to have laid down that the Avalanche, the Stars, the Oilers, the Devils, and the Panthers going from rank 5 to 1. The Panthers being 1. Are the teams that would make the deal.
I just, for me, if I'm Army, I'm taking, it's going to take a big piece to move O'Reilly or Tarasenko. It's going to take a big piece. I'm sorry. You guys can say what you want. And I do this in my fantasy league. You got to overvalue your player because if you don't overvalue your player, you're going to get shit back. You have to overvalue him. You have to tell him this is what you want to get what you need. And I'm saying right now, if Makar's not part of the deal, don't talk to me. Now, that might make Colorado, who really wants him, give you some good pieces. Makar might not be part of it, but you gotta shoot for the moon to get what you want. If you shoot for the Earth, you're gonna end up in China. There's no one. You gotta shoot for the moon. And I'm sorry, anytime I try and make a trade, I'm gonna ask for the most.
You see, if we went Colorado, I wouldn't go for Makar. I'd go for Taves. I just like him better. Like, he's not too high, but he's still really good. Like, he is part of that combination that makes Makar so good, that he's that line mate with him. So I think that he could bring a certain level without it seeming like it's too much.
I'd do that. I'd work on a trade for that. I know they wouldn't, but I would.
They might.
Well, let me ask you,
Taves maybe, Makar no.
No, I mean, you're talking Robinson.
They have a first round.
This one here.
They have a first round pick next year, right? The Blues have a first round pick next year. The Blues have a first round pick next year, yeah? Yes. Okay, let me ask you a wacky question, and this is where I'm sure every NHL fan will hate me, and I think I actually knows where I'm going to go with this.
Now I know I'm right. Now I know I'm right because of this comment right here. The only thing that we would get for O'Reilly is a pick and a prospect. Bullshit.
Okay,
Bullshit.
One second. Guy, hear me out on this, okay?
Okay.
And I think Ashley will know. Why did I mention a first round pick? Ashley. He's got two names.
Because
Connor Bedard. Yeah. Let me ask you a crazy question. If the Blues are not winning, and we're not talking about tanking, they are 100% not tanking, okay? Because this is a team that has so many good players and contracts that are ending, and they need a win, okay? Do you possibly trade O'Reilly for players that may not be helping you win this year, players that are better for your future, which is not Devon Taves, by the way, okay? Players for your future, okay? And hope that you could get Bedard?
So Ryan Green says this. No, I don't. The lottery is a joke to me. The lottery is a crapshoot. It's a coin flip at best. I don't take that chance on the lottery. So the value you give a player in reality is the same value you give a player in a board game. No. Fantasy hockey is not a board game. Fantasy hockey is I mean, you're looking at real-time stats. You're looking at what a player does, and you have to value that player based on that. I mean, I wish Robert Folsey was here. I really do, because he'll tell you I'm a motherfucker to deal with, and because he's offered me almost the moon for Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, and I wouldn't touch it. I keep telling him he's not giving me enough.
You know which team really intrigues me as a team that's going to be very open for trades, and although they probably would not necessarily want to re-sign O'Reilly, and I don't know, that's the only reason why I would think they may not do it, is the Jets, because the Jets have had so many struggles this year. And
what do you mean they're in second place solidly?
No.
They're in a great position.
Let me explain you where I'm going with that, because I don't mean struggles in winning. I mean struggles in the fact that their captain was stripped away of his captainhood and has not done great. Recently, he started up much better. And I think they were opening to trade him. Is Blake Wheeler someone on your mind that is a good enough trade option where you could throw the Jets, someone like him?
You know what? That's a question we're going to have to take up because the puck just dropped. Okay, guys, see you at the intermission. I'm going to let you watch the game.
All right.
Aloha, my friends. what a reversal from yesterday. We were outshot 13-6, but the game is tied 1-1. The goal they got was a good one. Greiss couldn't do anything with it. Top shelf. They gave it up after scoring a goal, and that's kind of what messes things up. Right now, 14 people have put their thumbs in the air, man. I got to say thank you. This is getting better. John Penner, Marilyn Lester, Chris Winkelburn, Brad Pond, Sammy Helms, John Warner Jr., John Hefner, Michael Bovet, Ashley Jones, Tammy Pemberton, E. Guido, Jason Nichols, and I think one or two more that I can't see your names, but I thank you. Put the wrong line in after the goal. Yeah, I mean, you know, we're doing. Look, the guys are out there playing hard, and I get that. I get it. You get it. We all get it. Okay, you know, but at the same time, when are they going to start playing for us? You know, when are they going to start playing for each other? And that's the struggle right now, is nobody feels like these guys are playing for each other. And it really is kind of a pain in the ass when you have these guys that just aren't playing for each other. Right? And you know, what do you do? How do you handle that? How do you get around that? Justin Mullins. I don't know if they were outplayed. Now, they did not do well on the power play. I will say that. But you know, it's the best you can do it. Jason Nichols says Levo shoots and scores. Hey guys, so when I post, so something to notice, and I've been seeing this a lot lately. I post so many shows that guys get confused. Always look at the date on the show, and usually the newest show is going to be up front. And when I do an event, you can make, now I don't know the way to do it, but there's a way to, and I got to figure it out. So you get notified when I do an event. Like I know a lot of guys do, because as soon as I put the event out, without me even sharing it yet, I see people have accepted invites. So you can do that too. You can put on there that you want to know when I place events. And that will help you out. What pisses me off that they're not playing for the BlueNote on their chest like they need to be completely subpar. I'm not going to argue with that. They're playing good so far. Greiss is playing well. I agree. But we looked good after the second period yesterday. Yes, I agree. Absolutely. Definitely need to pick up the power play. Absolutely. And Thomas hasn't stopped playing the same game from last night. Yeah, Thomas is in a little bit of a funk. I will admit that. I will admit that. Thomas is in a funk. And again, how do you get him out of that funk? I don't know. I honestly don't know. Wow, man, you guys are making me happy. 8 people are watching me on Guy Bensing, 1 on the Hawaii STL Blues Fan Clan, and 6 on YouTube. We have 18 like Paul Barnachek. Paul, when are you going to get in the chat room? We want to see you in the chat room. Aaron Coulter, Dustin Mullins, Jose Figueres, John Penner. I mean, keep it up, guys. Keep it up. My record is 28. I want to get to, I want 50. I want 50 likes. I want 100 people watching. Right? And that's what we want. And today, one of my Hampton, I can't remember his first name there, sent me a Christmas card, really nice Christmas card with a couple of beautiful dogs. Wade Hampton, that's it. Wade, thank you so much, Wade. Greatly appreciate that. I got another card too, and I can't remember who it was from. I got to look at it. But if you send me a Christmas card, thank you. Thank you. If you want my address, send me a private message and I will send it to you. I'm not going to put it out there. But you know, you guys are doing a great job. You guys, the fans of this show, the people that watch this show, the people that are out there do a great job. You know, because you got to remember, right, that you have as much of a job to do as I do. I agree with you, Tammy. I absolutely do. It was nice to see him get a goal. That was a good, just all around play, right? Oh, they're showing that goal. Oh man. Yeah, that was a couple of different people that screwed that one up. He needs to keep doing that, man. He needs to keep doing that. He if you're going to be on the power play on that point, Fire it. Fire it. Let them get in the way of it. Fire the damn puck. Especially if you're on the point on the power play. Right? He's got to let that thing go. Absolutely, man. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Wow, keep this up, guys. You really make me feel good. You do make me feel good. Keep it up. We're going to get that 100. We're going to get that 100 because of you guys. You guys are going to help me get that 100. You guys are going to help me fill and pack Soup's Place in Clayton. December 30th. Show is at 8. Get there by, we're going to start taking, party starts at 6, kind of 6:30ish, or get in, order some food. We'll start setting up, and we'll have a good show. We'll have a fun night, man. We'll have a good fun night. And then January 2nd, Monday, January 2nd, a holiday for some of you. We're going to be out at Cusimano's pizza place, bar and grill, whatever you want to call it. We're going to do a good show out there. I got to get with Paul so I can set the time. I got to work on a flyer. I'm thinking, we do the show at like 8. It's a Friday, Monday, but we do the show at like 8, like we normally do. Yeah, that, you know what? And I've seen a lot of that. I see a lot of that, but that was the thing, when they did give up that goal right after that, I caught that. I really did caught that, chasing, puck watching, chasing the puck, not being proactive. Right? Not being proactive. You got to be proactive out there. You've got to be proactive. You've got to absolutely think ahead. And they don't. They don't think ahead. It's think about soccer, and I know different game, but you know what? When you talk, all these games have something in common. And really, one of the games that has the most in common with hockey, you wouldn't think about it, but it's football. Not soccer, football, American football. Every time, God, my nose. Every time you have that puck, you're the quarterback. A quarterback doesn't throw the pass to where you are. He throws it to where you're going to be. The Blues consistently pass the puck to where the guy is, not where he's going to be. And they have to get it to where he's going to be. Let's see. Who's she talking about? Chris Wunkerman. There we go. Might be somebody she knows. But we appreciate all of you, man. E. Guido, I appreciate you. Tammy, Jose, Aaron, Hefner, all of you guys, Justin Mullins, Jason Nichols, I appreciate each and every one of you, man. You guys all do a wonderful job of I know who that is now. Oh, I know who that is now. Chris, I know. Okay. Chris, how are you doing, man? I'm hoping, Chris, let me know if you guys are good for tomorrow. Tomorrow or Friday. Let's do that. We might be having a special show coming up. Right? Keeping it with the skates and grabbing from behind. Yeah, Michael, you've seen some of that, bud. Right? You've got to. Well, I'll tell you one thing I saw in the first period was a lot of penalties that weren't called on the Islanders. The Blues could have played the first 10 minutes on the power play. Brad Pond! Brad, did you put your thumbs in the air like you just don't care? Yes, you did. Oh, yes, you did. Yes, you did. Brad, man, you did. I knew you did. Man, what is going on with my nose? Woo. I guess that's why I'm not on live TV or, because my nose keeps itching me. Oh, my goodness. Right now, let's get into the stats. Let me pull up the stat pack for you, ladies and gentlemen. All of you fun people out there that love watching this. Okay, St. Louis Blues got off a total of 6 shots. Led by Josh Levo with 2. One of them went in the back of the net. They had 5 that were blocked and 5 that missed the net. So a total of 16 attempts. They gave the body 9 times. They gave the puck away 5 and they took it away once. They blocked 3 shots. They lost the faceoff battle 7-17 for 29% to 71%. The Isles were able to get off 13 shots while getting 3 blocked and missing the net twice. For a total of 18 attempts. 2 more attempts than the Blues. They hit the Blues 7 times. They also had 5 giveaways, but they had 3 takeaways. It's close. The game's good, but we're getting there. Brad, I'll be there soon, man. 3 weeks. 3 weeks and I'll be in the Lou. I cannot wait. 3 weeks. I leave here at 11:30 on the 27th at night. I get into St. Louis about 2:30 in the afternoon on the 28th. There's no game that day, so I'm not rushing. And get to have some fun. Right? Fair comparison. Sometimes you make a run knowing you're not going to get to the ball puck, but you must make the effort. Absolutely. 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 That is it. You got to be getting there. Got to be getting there. Man, well, you guys running away. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just not fun enough. Let's see. Our goal scorers. The first goal scorer was none other than Mr. Josh Levo, getting the first of his Joe. Thank you, Joe. You are a great young man. Thank you so much. Joe, I know all about that not being able to hear well. I have to wear hearing aids that I'm not wearing right now. If a normal person put my headphones on, they would absolutely go like, what the hell? Why is it so loud? But that's the way I am. Chris, thank you, man. Thank you for watching and thank you for joining the show. Sometimes, Joe, this show's not made for kids, so be aware of that. Sometimes I do let the sailor out, as they like to call it, but we do appreciate you being here. Absolutely, we do. And thank you so much. And I can't wait to tell Joe's story. Get you and him on. I cannot wait to tell Joe's story at all, completely. Levo got his assist from Shin, who got his 13 assists of the year. And then not much longer. Let's see, what was it? 39 seconds later. 39 seconds later. Was that right? No, 49 seconds later. 49 seconds later. Yep, 49 seconds later. Dobson from Brazil and Wistarm makes it 1-1. Blues have taken no penalty. The Blues are the least penalized team in the league. Don't know that I can, Jose. What do you, if you got, send me a message later and talk to me, see what you got going. Well, it used to be no cover no matter what. I was actually surprised you charged me a cover last time, and I'm it's okay. Don't take it wrong. Don't take it wrong. You are more. That's how you make your living. That's one of the ways you make your living. You have to pay the guys there. I understand it. No problem. I just I appreciate when I get that. Oh, I know you've always had one. You've just never charged me one. I know that, and I appreciate it, and I'm not looking to get horse in the mouth. I have no problem playing the cover charge anytime. I do not. All you got to do is ask, and I'll gladly pay it, gladly play it. I'm in better mood than I was the last time. Since I went out last week, maybe I'll do it next week, Jose. I think I'll do it next week. Yes, we come home after tonight. We will be home on Thursday, and Friday, Thursday and Sunday. Thomas is in a funk. The entire team is in Titanic. Is the Titanic waiting? No, they're already the Titanic. They're already sunk, right? It's time to raise the Titanic. Santa's in an O'Reilly reverse retro red jersey. Oh, you know what you guys, I know a lot of you guys like my TikToks, right? I'm thinking about doing a TikTok where I have the Blues jerseys talk about which one's the most loved. All right. I know which one is the most loved for me. And I know, but I could have fun with it, and I might do that. Jason, I agree with you there, my friend. No, I think sunk, completely lost in the league. Yeah, they are lost in the league. I haven't seen any TikToks. I thought you might have. I have stopped doing them. I haven't been doing them lately. Be honest. So here's something with me. I am a feedback kind of guy. For you guys that watch me regularly, you realize that I'm a feedback kind of guy. The likes in that, most guys, when they don't say them. They don't say names. They don't do any of that. I am a type of guy that feeds off of that feedback, right? One of the problems is with my TikToks and all of that, I tend to see the negativity in them when I do a TikTok and it gets 120 views. You know, some people, like I was showing my TikToks to, you know, a couple of friends the other day, and they're going, "Oh, you get lots of views." And the first thing out of my mind is actually not really. And I was showing them other people to get all these, and they were telling me, no, this is, you know, they're trying to explain, people are watching your stuff. You're getting views. That's not bad, but that's not how I see it. I'm a negative thinker, and I know that. So I need to figure out a way to change that, to take that negativity the right way, right? So when I do my TikToks, I try and make them better each time. I tried to do that with my show, the original show, to make it better each time. Problem is, the harder I tried, the less people watched. So that's why we ended up doing the live shows. And they are getting better. I do think that I'm getting a little better trying to understand what goes into it. You know, really, in all actuality, if you look at the we just disagree. I did with the uniform with the blue shirts, right? That took me about 4 hours to put together. That was a 3-minute video. You know, and the thing is that you're going to have negative thinkers. You're going to have positive thinkers. There's nothing wrong being a negative thinker. And sometimes some of the absolute greatest inventions we have came from negative thinkers. Because they saw a roadblock, and instead of bashing their head against it, they figured out long before how to get around it. They were ready for it. And that's what a negative thinker is. I'm ready for the roadblocks. Sometimes I let them hit me, though. I admit that. Greiss has played well tonight. I will say that. Greiss has played well. I would like to see the Blues limit these shots that he's seeing. 13 is way too many for one period. You've got to limit that. You've got to keep that under 8. So how do I get around the biggest hurdle? I'm still working on that, Ryan. I'm still working on that, my friend. I am still working on it. Okay, looks like we're about back. I love it. We will see you all at the second intermission. Aloha. right, now, Barbie, let's go party. And O'Reilly, he's getting a goalie for me. Oh, my goodness, he's helping my fantasy team. Mr. O'Reilly with the goal and an assist. And wow, what are we doing tonight? How are you all doing tonight? I'm doing good. I'm actually going to start winning some of this shit. Woohoo, Robert Thomas isn't winning, but Ryan O'Reilly is. He's got a goal. Oh, no assist. I thought he had an assist. He's +2. Lots of face-off wins. Oh, yeah. Keep it up, O'Reilly, my friend. Need some assists. Come on, Thomas, get me an assist. Miko, do something. Goalies aren't helping me today. That's fine. But hey, wow. Okay, so what happens in the third? I mean, that's what it comes to. Yeah, John, I'm with you, man. I'm with you. Will Bitton gets his first NHL point. Congratulations, Mr. Bitton. I found out why Ashley isn't here. Her youngest daughter, who is challenged, decided she needed another haircut. And I feel so sorry for Ashley. I really do. You know, and I got to thank Ashley so much. You know, with all she deals with, she still comes on this show. And she's got young kids. I mean, I think she said 13, 9, and 6 or something like that. So no, I absolutely completely appreciate what she does. And I appreciate it, you know, really do. And thank you, Ash. Snip.
Like
snip.
weird snip.
Okay.
Weird.
When I get home, I promise you, I will take her to get her a haircut, or I will at least let you take her to get her haircut.
We'll see. I might
That's
just
if she
make
gives
her
me a
deal.
hug. She has to give me a hug and say, "Let's go Blues."
We'll see. Good period.
There's no we'll see about it. There's yes, guy. I will accept that, and that's all I'm going to take. Damn it.
No, we'll see. She's mood dependent.
Oh, well, that I understand, but I'm not taking the mom going, well, I just don't want to take that from you.
Thanks, Marilyn.
Oh.
You're so sweet.
Well, you know, I was just telling everybody how much I appreciate you. I really do. I mean, I know what you're going. You've got 3 girls. I think you said 13, 9, and 6. Right?
11, 9, and 6.
11, 9, and 6. God, that's almost worse. Yeah, no. Well, so far, no post game. Yep, that's right. No post game underwear show.
Well, we've scored 3 goals. There's no post game underwear show. End of story.
Yeah, well,
even if we lose.
8-0. I said if we lose 8-0, I would do a. I should do that once though. Do a show in my underwear. I'd have to wear a t-shirt though, because I don't think I have the chest for.
I mean, you know.
Right.
I'm wearing PJs, so.
I'm not a PJ guy, you know. See, I got to argue with the Navy now. The Navy or the VA, they're saying that. So I've recently developed bone spurs, very painful bone spurs, and restless leg syndrome. Well, they're saying because I developed it so late that it's not related to my service. I was so scared every night, I slept in a fucking ball. I never got out of that. So sleeping in a ball is why I have restless leg syndrome. Right? You know, you do it for so long, you're going to get it. And then the other issue that I have to deal with is these bone spurs. This is from walking on steel decks. And they just build up over time.
Yeah.
But if I don't walk on a steel decks, they never even start. So I got to fight with them. Oh, wow. Let's get into some stats. How's that sound before these guys get mad at me?
I don't think anyone's getting mad at you, but let's hear the stats.
Now I can't find them.
Oh, no. Well, there's a stat I want to talk about.
Here we go. Okay, the Blues ended up with a total of 18 shots after only shooting 6 in the first, so that gives them 12 shots that period. They had 6 that were blocked, 8 that missed the net. That's 26. That should be 32 attempts. They had 13 hits. They had 10 giveaways, though it didn't look like they had 10 giveaways. They had 2 takeaways. They blocked 9 shots. They are still losing the face-off battle 18-29 for 38% to 62%. They went from 13 shots to 27, so they actually got better that period. They ended up with 14 shots. So again, we're having an issue when Greiss is in net about not controlling shots. They had 9 that were blocked. They had 5 that missed the net. 36. That's 41 attempts. So they're out attempting us. They had 16 hits. They had 13 giveaways. So that's a good news. They had 4 takeaways. And then we talked about block shots. Yes, Ashley's watching, and she was wrong because she said that Akari and Bitten, or not, it was Akari? No, Bitten and somebody else wouldn't do good, and they are Levo, and they both got goals or points.
I didn't say that. I said Walker.
Walker.
And I haven't heard his name, so.
Greiss is holding it down. Yeah, Greiss is playing well. Greiss is playing well, Shy. Playing very well. And Shy, I just want to say thank you for being a very loyal fan of this show. Right? I'm not going to say anything else other than that. I know what you've asked me, but I got to just tell you I appreciate you. And I hope you don't get mad at that, but I have to say that. I do appreciate you, and I appreciate you being a loyal fan of the show. I think I can get away with that, Ash. Maybe. I see their eyebrows go up. So what do you think for the third? What are they going to do? What are we going to see in the third, Ash?
Well, if I say that I want to see continued play and that they're playing a great game or whatever, then they're going to come out and let, the Islanders score 3 goals. So I'm going to continue to say that that's what I expect, is that the Islanders are going to score 3 goals.
I thought somebody at pregame said they could see a 3-1 game.
They might.
Do you remember somebody saying that at pregame?
They might have. They might have.
They might have, right? But everybody told them how
But
wrong
it's not
that
gonna.
person was.
It's not gonna stay 3-1. I see at least, like, if I'm really being serious, each team's gonna score at least one more.
4-2. I could see that, and a couple people said 4-2. I could see it holding down at 3-1. I really could.
I don't.
But they've got to get this. They've got to get this issue with the excessive shots, right? I mean, you give up 13 shots in the first and then 14 shots in the second, right? You've only given up 1 goal, which is great, but you've still given up 27 shots in 2 periods. In 2 periods.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yes, somebody did say that they would get 2 wins. Shaggy said 4-1 if the Blues won, I think. Right? Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Right? And Shai says you're good. I just, I want people to know they're appreciated. Right? I get some people get embarrassed and don't want to say things and all of that, and that's fine. I understand your privacy. I really do. But at the same time, I'm not going to sit there and go, wow, I can't say. I'm going to say how I appreciate, and I'll leave it at that. A couple of people did say 4-2. I know there were 2 or 3 4-2s, but I know I said it was going to be 2-0, 2-1, 3-1, 3-0, somewhere in there. It was going to be in that range, right? I gave me a little one. Tad Dieterman, thank you for adding your name. That's 19, 13 people watching. Wow, man. 6 on Guy Bensing, 1 on the Blue Note Fan Report, 2 in Hawaii Blues Fan Clan, and 4 on YouTube. All I want right now is this team to figure out an identity today. And they can. They really can. They're playing like it, and the lines seem to be working.
Except for the 4th line that has been non-existent.
Didn't that line score a goal?
Nope.
Has that line not had a lot of playing time? Let's see here. That line is Walker,
We've had goals
Akari,
from 1st, 2nd, and 3rd.
Say again?
We've had goals from 1st, 2nd, and 3rd.
3rd. Okay, so Pitlick has played 6 minutes, 9 shifts. Right? Walker has played 6:39, 9 shifts. And Bitten has only played 5:38 for 8 shifts. And he got a point. He got an assist. So, for only playing 8 shifts of the game, right? Playing, the longest one on there is Walker at 6:39 of 40 minutes. So he played just over 10% of the game. And Walker is a -1. I do see that. He's missed the net once. He has 2 hits and 2 block shots. I'll take that. Pitlick has 4 hits and he has 2 shots on goal. And he's a -1. See, the only Akari's a -1. So Akari must have been out there with Pitlick and Akari's only got 11 shifts, so Barbashev's got 11 shifts. Who else is on that line? Levo got 13 shifts.
Mm-hmm.
Shen's got 14 shifts. I mean, I'm looking at the forwards, right? Terashenko 15 shifts. O'Reilly 16 shifts. Akari 11. Barbashev 11. Bitten 8. Walker 9. Kairu 15. Sod 12. Thomas 16. So basically we're running almost 2 lines. 3 lines kind of, but we're really not rolling all 4.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I don't see them playing any different in front of Greiss than Bennington. Actually I do.
I definitely do. Greiss gets put under fire.
Yeah. The shots, he's had shot after shot after shot. Just look at the shot totals. Right? M&M, peanut flavored M&Ms.
Yes.
I tried to make Reese's peanut butter cookies last night.
Oh, how'd they turn out?
A couple of them turned out well. I wasn't good with the fork thing, you know?
Yeah.
I guess I was balling them up too big, and then fork wasn't working out. And then when I cooked them, I mean, they were like huge size. So, I'm out of sours and I'm out of sixlets.
Ugh.
Right? You don't like sixlets?
No.
Oh man. When I was a kid, when I was in high school, right? Because of the way, where I went to school, our bus, we had a really cool driver. He would stop at a little market right there we had a guy whose bus stop was right by the Northwest Plaza out there in St. Anne's. Right. And it was right there. My breakfast would be sixlets and a little, like the little thing of ice cream with the wooden spoon.
Mm-hmm.
I would put the sixlets in the ice cream and eat them that way.
I mean, that might make them tolerable, but they're not much to them. I don't enjoy them.
With the ice cream, it freezes them.
Mm-hmm.
So they're hard. So when you bite in them, they kind of pop in your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Almost like a Pop Rock.
Yeah, I mean, I can see it being good that way. I'm just saying, like, by themselves, I don't like them.
Right. Does St. Louis have an It's Sugar store somewhere?
Not that I've seen, but I don't go into the city very much. I kind of stay in my neck of the woods.
I would think it would be in one of the county malls or something like that.
I don't go to the malls either. I really
So I got to find out if they've got an It's Sugar, because that's where I can get because I'm going to find freaking the sours, the fruit sours. Oh, I love them, man. I found a little bag of them when I was staying in Soulard last time.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I know who won the Blues game on Thursday. Well, the Blues didn't play on Thursday, did they?
He might want to know who wins the Blues
want to
game.
know. Okay. We will let you know, Brad. Let's go to the Ozark Strip if you want candy, Sandy. That makes me think of the Bow Wow song. Bow Wow Wow song. You don't know that song, do you?
Nope.
Oh, Ashley doesn't know I Want Candy. I want candy.
Oh, I know it that way. I don't know it by a Bow Wow song.
Yeah, that's the name of the group, Bow Wow Wow.
See, I don't know them by names of the group because that's before my time. I'd actually have to hear the song.
27 attempts for them, or 27 shots for them, 41 attempts, 19 shots for us, 33 attempts. Chances were 15-10 on their side. Both are 0-4 on the power play. The 16-19 hits, 9-6 blocks. We have the 9 blocks. And then the face-offs, we talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of stores, candy, ice cream. Well, we'll have to find it. I've never been to Crown Candy. I might have to go to Crown Candy. 5 and Dime in Branson has a ton of candy. I don't know if I'm going to drive down to Branson. I'm trying to figure out what kind of car I'm going to rent.
What's available?
I've been checking out. Well, I can get a Mustang from a couple of different places for like $73 a day, which isn't bad. But I've been looking at Turo, and it's got some nice cars out there. A little more expensive, but I'm talking, BMWs, Chargers, little on the richer side. So.
Yeah. If I'm renting a car somewhere, I'm gonna get the cheapest thing they got.
Well, here's the thing. The cheapest thing they got doesn't fit my frame. It doesn't help me when I drive, especially in St. Louis, where you're driving 20, 30, 40 minutes. It's not like I live here in Hawaii where I drive 10 minutes on where I need to be in my wife's freaking bread box. I drive one of those. I think I've told you guys this. I flew from St. Louis to.
Yes, and that's what I'm saying is if you're wanting to get a Mustang, that's a small car.
Not the ones I get. Not the ones with the sports package. They have a deep cockpit, right? Your legs, see, that's the thing with them. The way their cockpit is laid out, your legs stretch out a little bit.
I mean, I don't know. I drive an SUV. That's all I'll drive, so I never have a problem.
Yeah, well, I've tried to, like, the car I can't drive, and I had this problem before, is a Camaro. I can't drive a Camaro. They're so low. You sit so low in them, and the way I sit in the car, I'm looking at the top of the windshield. I can't get the seat low enough for me to see out the window, other than seeing, how they got that little like sun visor over it, the sun tent. I look right through that. And I've done it. I've sat there and I adjusted the seat, put the seat all the way back, all the way down, and I was still looking right through there because of the way their cockpit's set up.
Cockpit.
You guys got to understand something. I know I'm trying to do some of this on the cheap, but at the same time, this is important to me. This is really important to me, and I don't want to sit there and roll up to some place that I'm going to be doing a show in a 1934 Corolla, that I'm hoping that's tied together with Band-Aids and bungee cords. I'm going to be comfortable.
Nobody's going to see the car you're driving. He said cockpit. I
said cockpit. I'm going to St. Louis this time to impress. Seriously, I'm going to impress. Plain and simple. And I impress everybody. I'm going to drive a nice car. I'm going to stay in a nice place. I will spend that little extra money to have that feeling of
cockpit.
Yeah, we'll just leave it at that. All right. Maybe I'm compensating for something.
You might be. Is this your midlife crisis guy?
Post midlife crisis.
Well, you're still mid.
I was mid 10 years ago.
They usually say between 40 and 55.
Yeah, I like how you added it.
I know.
When you think the average lifespan of a man is 72 years old, divide that by 2.
No, it's just when men actually go through their midlife crisis.
Okay, yeah. Oh, well, it looks like we're back on. We'll see you at post-game, guys. Have fun. Look, we'll talk hockey. We'll talk fun. See you at post-game. Aloha. Well, it's about time that we finally get one where we shouldn't have. We got outplayed most of this game, but we ended up winning it 7-4. There's about 30 seconds left. I think I'm a little behind. But you know what? You take them where you can get them. It ends the 5-game or 6-game, 5-game, 6-game losing skid, whatever it was. I think we were 1-6 in the last 7 or something like that. 7 straight allowing 3 goals in a period. I mean, it's still getting worse, right? I mean, this is a nice little win, but it's not amazing. It's not a turnaround game, right? And I'll wait. I want to make sure Jason and some others here. I'll say this. I'll wait. And you guys, straight up, we'll figure it out. I'm going to address this. Greiss with 36 road saves. They made him the player of the game. I don't know if that should have been giving up 4 goals or 5 goals. Good thing I didn't have Greiss in that. Wow. Blues goalies are killing me. But I'm down now. Where am I at? Up in goals, tight in assists, up in points, good in plus minus, good in penalty minutes, down in shots and goals. I think I might have somebody playing later. I'm not sure. No power play points. He's got power play points on me. That hurts. Hits are evened up, and he hasn't got a goalie to start yet. So I'm kind of get those automatically. I get 4 there. So hopefully, well, it depends on if his goalie starts. Oh, he's in the minors. Oh, he's minor eligible. So maybe. No, it looks like he's going to start. So now I'm in trouble. But I'm winning 9-4-14. Still a lot left. It's only Tuesday. Got a couple more games going. Here we go. Yes, Ashley said she knows her smoke detector's working like that, but had nothing she can do about it. Just heard Walker. Yeah, Walker was pretty busy in that game. Believe it or not, I saw that. We did 7 straight. I talked about that. Sorry, I had a VFW meeting. You're good, my friend. Hopefully the VFW will accept me when I get there. I am a combat vet. Greiss hasn't lost since November 8th. Well, he hasn't played that much either. And why would Army be at Centene at 8 this morning? I don't know. That's his job? That's where his job is? I don't know. I mean, that's where one of his offices are. Greiss should be the player of the game, I think. Well, he was. I just wouldn't have put him there. Right? Not giving up 5 goals. You can't give up 5 goals and be player of the game. Right? I mean, you did face a lot of shots, but that's just how I see. Patrick Gumbetter II. Thank you for putting that thumb in the air. Greatly, greatly appreciate it. Jason Nichols, you made a point. Impress who? Well, Jason, whoever I need to impress. Because I'm coming home. I need people to know that I'm serious about coming home, that I'm serious about the BlueNote fan report, that I'm serious about the St. Louis fan report, that I'm going to get it restarted, that I'm going to want sponsors. I'm going to need to sell myself. Right? And maybe there's, a little bit of this. In my mind, I'm coming home single. Right? My wife might not like it, but that's just what it is. There's just so many other things going on right now that's how I'm thinking about it. I don't see this marriage being saved. I don't see me not wanting to go to St. Louis, and that's just the way I put it. Right? That's just the way I am right now. I'm sorry if you disagree or you think differently, but that's just the person I am. That's just the person I am. Let's go over some quick stats here. Blues end up with 28 shots while giving up 40. Actually, he only gave up 4 goals, not 5. Okay. But still, oh man, I got hair in my eye. Boy, that was weird. When it was 5-2, Ashley said they were going to tie the game up. Man, I wanted to beat her up when they made it 5-4. Wait, we just beat a better team. I don't know about better, but maybe more farther up. Well, I did a 1-year membership here in Hawaii, but when I get back in the Lou, I'll transfer it or move it or try and do more there. Because I know we're not going to have an FRA there. There's not going to be a Fleet Reserve Association there, though there might be. I just don't think there will be. The FRA, the Fleet Reserve Association, is for sailors and Marines. Oh, man. Yeah, that's me. Woo! No, not an old gal. Right? I'm raising my standards, and you know what? I'm being that guy, right? Nobody older than me, nobody heavier than me. She's got to have a body. She's got to take care of herself. I'd rather be alone than just be with somebody. I did that before, and that fucked me, and I won't let it happen again. Oh yeah, I mean, Kyle, you're absolutely right. It is bad this year, right? It is absolutely bad. And you guys stop being so freaking negative on me. Come on, stop that crap. I don't know where all that crap comes from, being so negative on me. Oh, yeah, I know, I'm being fun. There we go. That's a little bit better. I might need to come up a little bit, but right now that's a little bit better. Hey, I'm just coming home to come home and be good. You sent me a picture. Let me check it out. Hold on. Excuse me. Here we go. Aaron, what did you get me? Oh, yeah. I seen that earlier, Aaron. I flipped the flag here. I may have to do that. Which article on Bennington? I haven't been reading them, to be honest, because I think they're full of shit, right? I think too many people are blaming Bennington. Who is this? Let's see here. That was Marianne. Marianne, it all depends on what you want. For the guys and gals that can attend Ty's birthday party, I hope a lot of them show up. I really do. I really, really do. And, that's all I can do. We were talking about you about us being negative. Who cares? I figured it out, Mary. I'm kind of looking at Bennington. I think it's a media narrative. If you really, really look at that game, if I was Bennington, I would have fired off on the Blues bench. Right? And I think that's what we meant by that, was to fire, because really, maybe one of those goals was against him. Right? And this team needs to, and even tonight, you give up 4 goals. You give up 3 goals in a period again for the 6th, 7th time in a row, for the 16th, 17th time this season. You've given up 3 goals in a period. How do you win games like that? You don't. Right? The Blues didn't win this one. The Islanders lost it, and that's an obvious one. Right? I think Shaggy might even agree with me. You can kiss my ass. My hair get cut. It not like that way. Hey Shag, how you doing, bud?
I'm doing good. So I think Ashley owes an apology to the entire Blues Nation.
When it was 5-2, Ashley said they're going to come back and tie it, or come back and win it. The Islanders are going to win it in overtime. When it got 5-4, I was like, oh my God, if Ashley gets this right, I'm going to beat her up.
No, but you saw what they did tonight. First of all, number one, you know what? They took the lead. Second period, a fantastic period.
Yeah.
They took themselves a 3-1 lead, and the key to that was although they landed up scoring goals in the third period, you gave yourself a lead. And what did I say about the Islanders? Give yourself a lead, and it becomes harder for them to come back because they are a defensive team. And if they go ahead and have to score and score and score, and they're not playing, and they stop focusing on defense, you're going to be able to score as well. And they did just that. Number one, Tarasenko played with a lot of heart tonight.
Barbashev, he plays with a lot of heart every night. He gets no credit for it.
Barbashev played really well tonight. What's his name? Even Riley played pretty well tonight.
Yeah, Riley Thomas got a goal, even though it was an empty netter. But sometimes that's all you need to get you started.
Right, and I was right. Chari got a goal too. But you know what? This was an all-around team. This is the type of game where you say to yourself, did they just say Berube's coaching?
I do. I think that. I think if they lose this one, Berube doesn't make it back, and Berube gets fired on the plane.
Facebook user or whatever your name is, I said before the game, Chari was going to do well in this type of game. I said this before the game. I knew he was going to do well. I looked at what's his name. I looked at guys' numbers he gave me. This is his type of game. This is a Chari type of game. And the question really is here, and this is the only point where I think is where you don't want to look at the negative, and I know people don't want this to happen because they feel really good about this victory against a pretty good team. You can't go into that third period next time. I know they've given up goals, 3 goals in a period, and they did do that this time, but they scored 4 instead. That is something that I think needs to still be worked on, that even though you did score 4 and you gave yourself a lead and that's why you were able to, you have to figure out why you're giving up 3 goals in a period.
I think in this case they sat back, right? They played prevent defense.
Correct.
And that almost got them, right?
Prevent defense didn't work.
Right. Thomas got 2 goals, one for us, one for them. Yeah, the prevent defense doesn't work, especially, I mean, the Blues have had, I think, what is it now, 9 goals scored off of Blues players in their own net.
Right. I think your next, first of all, you have the next 5 games. I would say next 5 or 6 games are not easy games, and coming off a 7-4 victory is exactly what you need to step off correctly.
Yeah, well, they just got to, these next games, they've got to just play them. The big game, the one that matters is Sunday or Monday. Okay, the one that matters is Monday. Right. Thursday is important, but it's not as important as Monday. Monday is the Avalanche, and the Avalanche are beat up right now. You have to go beat up on the Avalanche. McKinnon is out 4 weeks. Right? They have a bunch of guys out. You have to. This is the time that you have to get those 2 points on them, 4 points on them.
Right.
So that's it. Penalty kill has to be fixed. Absolutely. This penalty kill is the worst in the league at 50-something%. A standard penalty kill is 75. We're at 50.
I think that's but I think that's something that's workable, though.
Well, the thing is, one of the reasons that our penalty kill is so bad is we take the least amount of penalties in the league. Right? When you're only taking 1 or 2 penalties a game, it's not something you work on a lot. And we have lost some penalty killers. Bushnevich is out. That's a penalty killer. Krug out, penalty killer. There's a lot of guys out. But yeah, and that's the thing. When you're the least penalized team, sometimes, well, the power play is at like is up there in the 20% range. 23, 24, 25%, I think. Right? It takes some away from it. Right, it takes them away from it.
Well, the one thing but people have to realize something, and let's look away from that penalty kill. Let's look at there's so many positives in this game that I could not believe actually they did. They may not have been great on the power play, but on the first 2 power plays, 99% of the time they were in the Islanders zone. So that meant they were playing good passing. They were making sure that they weren't being sloppy, which is very important. Plus, the first 2 periods were played mostly in the Islander zone.
Yeah.
And that's also important because that gives your defense a chance to relax. Do they think
this is a good question. Do you think today was a result of something they worked on in practice, or was it something Chief said or no Krug or Bennington. And you also had Barbashev, or not Barbashev, Bushnevich out. I think today was more of a. I think the Islanders. I'll tell you this. I think the Islanders lost this game more than the Blues won it.
No. You know why that's not true? No, that's not true. 1 second, Guy. I know that it's been this way, but I know the Islanders. Okay, remember, I've seen them way more than you. Okay.
Okay.
I've seen them a lot. They are a great defensive team. I don't know the last time they've given up 7 goals the way they gave it up tonight. Okay. They might.
Well, 2 were empty netters.
I know. So you could think that it was their bad. But if you saw the amount of pressure and the speed that the Blues played the puck in the first 2 periods, it was not the Islanders' speed. They were making the Islanders play the game they wanted them to play the entire game. In the last period, in which what happened is they went to sleep because they said we have a 3-1 lead, that's when suddenly it was like, oh no, it was crazy. But if they would have kept that up, and that's something they need to do, play 60 minutes of hockey, you're going to beat some good teams that way. If you make them play your speed, that's great. Work in that power play, work in that penalty kill, get all that special teams, as you know, in a sense, better. And look at that, you suddenly have a team.
I mean, I see what you're saying, Shag. For me, because I've watched so many Blues games and I've seen how piss poorly they've played a lot this year, I look at this and I say, this is another piss poor performance that they got lucky and got 7 goals out of. Right?
How could you say lucky when they, in general, were putting a pressure
because
on?
How many goals?
Who did they face tonight?
Hold on.
They faced
Shigorkin. How many times is he going to give up that shot to Parayko? Right? How many of those goals tonight were on him? I'd say 4 of them were on him directly. Right? And that's 4 of 5. 4 of 5 goals were directly on him. He had a bad night.
Yeah, but how can you say that when, if you notice again, the period that they played in the first and second, even if you're putting on those shots that not necessarily are shots that should go in every time, those are shots that which, although they may not go in, they definitely 100% put so much pressure on that those shots chances become higher because they're going all over the place and it's overthinking and he has to keep watching what's happening. There was a chance, I remember in the first period, where Tarasenko sent it in front and you could see the goalie just like was all over the place. And they were putting a pressure on a lot. 5 goals on 29 shots is a bad night? Not true. The 5 goals on 29 shots is a better night than you've been having in the past who knows how long. So don't.
Well, no, this is for Shigursky, not us. We only gave up 4 goals, and we gave him up on 30. We gave him up on 40 shots.
No, Shesterkin has not been the same. But again, you're comparing it to a guy who had a legendary year. So how in the world are you telling it's bad? Come on.
I just look at him, Shags, and I think that more of those goals. I think that was more Shigursky having a bad night than anything else. Correct. I could be wrong.
Right. Look, again, Jason.
Here you go, Shag. Read this comment.
Jason realizes, though, you have to realize, guy, I'm telling you this because I'm telling you that there are players on your team. You have a more depth, technically. You have more depth in your lineup, technically, than my Rangers, okay? We're talking about the Rangers are right now in a situation where we pretty much every game have to change our lineup to such a degree that it's crazy. Okay.
I do agree with that. I do agree that the Blues are a very deep team. They're just not playing like it. And I'm harder on Blues wins than I am on Blues losses. And that's true.
Right. But
hey, Shag, I can't stay late.
You scored 7 goals against a team that doesn't normally. And what did I tell you before the game? Sorokin has his nights. I'm telling you guys, he has his nights. And you got him because you put the pressure on early. You got that 3-1 lead. The Islanders did not have a chance. The only goal they scored was on an extra chance immediately after a goal. I don't think Greiss gives that up next time. You have technically a 3-0 lead going into a third period. Going 2 periods against a team that has been playing much better than you. And doing that, give yourself some credit. Come on.
Okay, fair enough. Shags, unfortunately, I can't stay on late tonight. I got something I need to do. Right? You guys have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. It's an off night, so it's a standard game. Guys, have fun. Join me tomorrow night. Let's try and get them 100 viewers. Aloha, mahalo. And I'll see you tomorrow night.